Today I have a special recipe for you, these chocolate rumballs. They're an amazing holiday treat that's a different change from your normal cookie. They're great for potlucks and parties and even to give away as gifts. Come on in, I'll show you what I got. Of course, I got rum for the rumballs, dark rum here, some powdered sugar, cocoa powder, walnuts, corn syrup, and some vanilla wafer cookies. We're going to start this easy recipe by just toasting up the walnuts. This step is optional, but it just elevates the flavors. Whenever I'm making a simple recipe, I do like to go the extra effort just to enhance the flavors. And toasting the nuts does bring out the oil and flavors in them. So I'm going to do this a few minutes over medium heat. And while that's cooling down, we're going to go ahead and just crush up the vanilla wafer cookies here in the food processor. It just makes it easy, but in years past, I just took a Ziploc bag and a rolling pin and crushed them that way. So whatever you have, you can still make these. So I'm going to give these a pulse just to get started and then kind of crush this up pretty finely. These are crushed pretty finely. I'm going to go ahead and empty them in a bowl and set them aside. And then I'm going to go ahead and crush up those toasted walnuts that we did. This step is optional as well. You could just chop these up with a knife, but I already have at my food processor, so I'm going to go ahead and go for it. Now here I'm just going to do a light chop. I do not want these as fine as the wafer cookies because I do want a little bite throughout the rum balls. But this is totally your preference, so whatever size you'd like to go for it. So I just wanted to show you about the size that I like here. It's a little coarse, not as fine as the cookies. So I'm going to go ahead and get this in the bowl so that we can mix everything together. I'm going to start by getting the powdered sugar in and then the cocoa powder. And what I like to do is just kind of give this a little mix to get the dry ingredients kind of incorporated and all throughout before adding the liquid. I just got a gentle mix going on here. I probably should have used a bigger bowl, but hey, I got to commit to it because I've already dirtied this one. So I got this all mixed in. I'm going to go ahead and get in the corn syrup and then the rum, of course. And you could use light rum here. I like to use dark, so whatever you like. You could switch this out with spiced rum as well. That would be delicious in here. So now I'm going to get this well mixed together. Now, listen. This cookie recipe is just for Santa and the rest of the adults, okay? So, I mean, if you wanted to serve it to kids, you could definitely use rum flavoring instead of the actual rum, but this one is for the grown-ups. Now that this is well mixed, I'm going to let it sit for about 20 to 30 minutes just to make sure everything is combined. Now here I have a tablespoon that I've sprayed with some cooking spray so that it's easier to come out. And then I am going to roll this into balls and roll it into the powdered sugar. Now you could also use cocoa powder. Sometimes I do both just to kind of change the texture and the color and the taste of them. But powdered sugar is my favorite, so that's what I'm using today. So I want to show you a couple more here. Just scoop, and really you could do this in any size. I think it's cute to have the little bite-sized cookie. Just take a couple bites and then go on with your day. You can eat these while having a conversation. Like I said, they're great for parties and potlucks. What I've done in previous years is get little treat boxes and then small little truffle papers, and then I will pack these up and give them away as gifts. People absolutely love them. And so now here I am sharing this recipe with you, and I hope you love it as well. And if you do, be sure to hit the like button for me. Okay, I got these all rolled out. Now part is the hardest. The best thing to do is to let these sit for several days if you can. So I just pack them in my Tupperware, put them in the back of the fridge where I can't see them and sneak into them. Now, I suggest letting these sit at least 3 to 5 days, but the longer, the better, and the more potent and strong they are. But they're delicious at any point, trust me. All you have to do is just roll them around in powdered sugar again before serving. As always, thank you so much for joining me in the kitchen again. And if this is your first time, then thank you, and be sure to subscribe so it won't be your last.